Hey there, this is Nikki Hibbets from The Ruffled Purse, where I support, empower, and inspire you to sew and create wonderful things for yourself, your home, and others. This video is all about showing you how to create cute little bookmarks out of your scraps with the sole purpose of motivating you to start going through your resource library, your sewing library, picking out a few books, picking out a few projects, using those bookmarks to bookmark those projects so that you can quickly go back, find them, start collecting those fabric and materials, and get sewing faster. So stay tuned for how to make these super cute, scrappy bookmarks. It takes 3 squares to make each bookmark. With a seam allowance of 1/4 inch, 3-inch squares make a 2.5-inch bookmark, 2.5-inch squares make a 2-inch bookmark, and 2-inch squares end up as a 1.5-inch bookmark. Decide which sizes you want to make and cut 3 squares for each bookmark. Decide which fabric will be the front, which will make the corner, and which fabric will be the back. Fold the corner fabric in half so that the square makes a triangle. The wrong sides should be together so that you see the right side of the fabric. Press on the fold to make a nice crease. With the front fabric right side up, place your corner fabric as shown here. Raw edges are lined up and the fold should be centered on the front fabric diagonally. Place the back fabric on top of both the front and corner pieces so that the right sides are together. You will sew on all 4 sides of the bookmark. Make sure to leave an opening along the bottom as shown in the image on the left. The opening can be on either one of the 2 sides that doesn't have the corner fabric touching them. Pin the layers to hold them in place. Use a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Here's a tip for the smallest bookmark. Go slightly less than 1/4 inch. To keep the stitch line straight, find another part of your presser foot to use as a guide. With my 1/4 inch presser foot, I use the inside edge. Here's another tip. Backstitch when you start and stop sewing. This will help keep the corners from coming undone on the side with the opening when you turn the bookmark right side out. Now after you sew, clip the corners to reduce the bulk. Turn your bookmark right side out. Once you get it turned, use a tool to gently push the corners out so they are square. I'm using a chopstick, but many tools can do this job. I linked a video in the description showing you a variety of different tools that can be used to create square corners. After you turn and push out the corners, fold the opening in so the edges are lined up. Now give the bookmark a quick press. See how straight those edges look. The last step is going to be to close that opening. You can use your sewing machine to do it, but the stitches will be visible as you can see in the small bookmark on the left. Or you can hand sew it closed using a ladder stitch. When done right, this is an invisible stitch. The bookmark on the right was closed this way. I've linked a tutorial in the description showing you how to do a ladder stitch. If you decide to use your sewing machine, there is a pretty good chance your bookmark will not move forward and the needle will just go up and down in one place. This happens because the feed dogs are not completely covered with your fabric and the back of the presser foot is lower than the front, so the fabric cannot get traction to move. This problem is easily solved by raising the back of the presser foot. You can do this by taking a scrap of fabric and folding it so that it is as thick as the bookmark. Before you put it in place, make sure to lower the needle to anchor the bookmark and raise your presser foot. Now slide that folded scrap fabric so it is right up against the bookmark, then lower the presser foot. Once you start sewing, the feed dogs will grab that scrap fabric and bookmark and move both forward easily. The scrap fabric will just fall off the back of the machine. If you want to see this in action, I've demonstrated it in another video that is also linked in the description. Well, that's it. You're done. Now that you see how easy it is to make these bookmarks, I bet you're going to make a bunch. Hopefully you are feeling motivated now to look through your sewing library for projects that are scrap busting. Don't forget to use your new bookmarks to save those pages. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I'm Nikki Hibbets from The Ruffled Purse, where it is my goal to support, empower, and inspire you to sew. If you like this tutorial, make sure to subscribe to my channel.